welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing an end of month flip for my Louis Vuitton medium ring or agenda. So very excited to share this video with you guys and somewhat of the changes that I've made for the Louis Vuitton So if you saw my Paperco haul, I don't think I've switched up too much since that video, but I am really excited to share how this is looking, my current thoughts, and then what I intend to do for the upcoming month, and then kind of how I see this fitting in with the rest of my planners. So let's go ahead and open this right up. So recently I decided to try the FC, well maybe not recently. I ordered one set of daily inserts in the FC compact size at the beginning of the year, and that's how I set up my second personal ring that I'm currently not using, and I just really like the size. And so I wanted to try other inserts, and so now recently I placed an order through My Paperco and Infinite Lotus with some FC compact inserts and a dashboard, and I'm like, I love it. It's the perfect size, I feel like, for personal. So just like as an overview, if you're unfamiliar with it, the FC compact size is slightly wider than the personal size. I think you get like an additional inch or so. Let me see if I have a personal insert lying around somewhere. I probably don't, since I'm trying to do a video. Yeah, I don't think I do. But it is slightly longer, and so with that you can't fit tabs, side tabs, but you can fit top tabs. That's like the only honest like disadvantage, and I don't even consider it that big of a disadvantage, to be honest with you guys, because top tabs to me are fine. But if you prefer side tabs, they would just hang over, because with FC compact, when the personal size agenda closes, right, because this is the Louis Vuitton medium ring agenda, this is a personal size agenda. Here's how it looks when you close it. So it goes like all the way to the edge, but it doesn't hang over the edge. So it's like the perfect like ending with like max width that you can do in this agenda. But see, it's the same length as a personal, which is why it fits in the rings, and it's why you can also use top and bottom tabs. So throwing that out there. For the setup, I just have some stickers. Ultimately with this agenda, I was going to make this my overview agenda slash on the go, and this is more so going to be my like on the go. Yeah, this is going to be more so my on the go planner slash just one of like my personal size. So with this, I have this every ending is the start of a new beginning quote dashboard from Infinite Lotus. I'll have everything linked below that I can link, as well as discount codes. I have it paired with this, I think this is the acrylic dashboard. Again, I'll have it linked from Infinite Lotus. I just really loved this when I got it in for personal, and I wanted to get it for the FC compact, since I'm gonna be doing FC compact in here, and then just pair those two together. And then we have these top tabs. So top tabs are from My Paperco. So is this cover. This came with the weekly inserts. I just have it up front in front of my monthly, because this was before my dashboard came in, what I was using as the cover. And so I have a month on 2-page insert. The monthly calendar though is on the first page. The back is just for notes, which I really like. So I do need to come back and backdate a little bit more than I did here. But for these inserts, like I said, this is going to be overview. So this is actually my main monthly calendar. So with this planner, it's going to have my hourly, which y'all will see, and that's going to be my main hourly, as well as my main monthly insert. So this is technically like the schedule. I'm just switching things up just slightly than I think I normally do it, because normally I have like an overview and then supplemental agendas. I feel like this is still technically could be considered a overview, because it has like my schedule in it for sure, right? Like these are my main monthlies, and then here's April, and I can set up May in a separate video. But I like kind of came in and pre-added some things. That's what I intend to do on the back, just come in and like pre-add whatever's going on through each month. And then the main inserts that I use in here are the next set, which is the hourly inserts from My Paperco. So you get these overview inserts, and what I really like about these is that I can write out my master due, important dates. You can also pair this with these month on one page, or I guess two. So these have the option, you can get it front and back. So if you just want a compact view and you want your like April, May, June, July without this back end, you can do it. However, I decided to get the ones that are separable months, so you not only get the notes, but that way if I wanted to have this somewhere else in my agenda, for example, if I wanted to pair it with the hourly, I could easily have my May month, right? So my monthly calendar right in front of my May overview before I go into the weeks, kind of like I have in my A6. And it would look like this, right? So I'd have the notes and then I'd have the additional notes. So I liked that option, which is why I got this style of the monthlies, just in case I wanted to keep them together. Currently, don't want to do that, so I have it separated, but you never know, right? And again, I just did it for that option. All right. So I have this starting in May. I was experimenting with the April inserts just for a little bit, but it was really only like an experiment. I was trying out different test stickers, see what it looked like. So I won't have anything really in this agenda until I set it up for May. So this is really just like the official flip of like what I'm going to do and how everything's looking. So what I plan to do is have my, again, this will be my main hourly. I'll have my to-do list and my notes for the week. I intend to probably just keep this open on my desk. And then I have my overview agenda, which is my GM agenda. That also technically has an hourly in it. And that's where I'll put in detailed detailed plans. So here I'll just use blocks instead of writing exactly what I'm doing when it comes to like meetings and stuff for work, versus in the overview planner, I intend to like write out exactly what meetings I'm in, like what's going on, and then I'll probably also just map out more of like study time, right? Like actually, again, this is where I'm still determining what to do. Usually when I have two different versions of hourlies, one's a half hour, one's a single hour, or one is more tactical where I'm like writing in every hour, and the other is just like an overview. And this is again where this part's gonna come in. So this one I'm definitely gonna write in more is what I'm trying to say. And I feel like I'm talking in circles, so I apologize. But like I'll just write in like study and then like map out that time, or like what I'm doing right by the hour, versus this one I'm not gonna fill it up too much unless there's something there. Because when things are really busy, there are times when I just need to see where the blank spaces are. It's like when there's not something concrete, but then there's also times where I need to make sure that I know, okay, this is going on here, I'm doing this here. And so that's where having two hourlies really helps me out, right? It's kind of like the one on your phone. This would ultimately match what's on my phone. I just get a visual of it. So I would just see like exact times, right, blocked out appointments, etc. And then this one is where I'm planning out, okay, so I have an appointment here. Before that, I'll grab coffee, I'll do a car wash, get gas, errands, whatever it might be, right? And I might not necessarily map that out in this. I'll do plan with me's, of course, and then of course these in-month flips to show you all the difference between the two. But that's currently how I intend to use them. So that is the hourly section. And then I believe I just have until the end of June with these, yeah. And then the mid-year refresh, I'll put in the last 6 months. So that is this planner, or that is this tab. The next tab is going to be the project planner. And so this is, right now I have these in for school. I'm actually gonna take these out. I was just trying to experiment, and I think I'm just gonna make this like my content section. So I have a project planner set up for April, and then I set one up for May. And I kind of like just having this like main area or like main insert to kind of like just plan out for content. So I think I'm gonna take this out. I added the academic section back into my GM, so I don't need these, but again, it's an in-a-month flip, so I want to show y'all what I had in here. And then I'm just gonna use this section for content. And so each month I think I'll have one, or if I have a collaboration, I'll do one specifically for a collaboration. But like right now, like for this one, for example, for April, I put the 3 main things that I'm working on. Same for May, it'll be like 3 like major things that I have going out. I can write out all of my different ideas, and then I can also plan out, instead of action steps, the different videos and what day they're going out, and then once they're uploaded. So that's how I intend on using these. And then I just have some extras. And yeah, we have like the June already kind of pre-set up. And I just added some note inserts in here just so I had it. And then we have our next set of top tabs. So this is the second set of the top tabs from my Paper Co. And so this is where I have the project lists. So this back half is more so notes and lists. And so this is just really anything that I have going on project-wise. So right now I'm going through my closet, right, handbags. I need to clean up my planner stuff. Different things like that where I want to know what I'm starting, what I'm stopping, if it's a priority. So really just that upcoming list. And then if I need, or if I want to do like a project planner insert with it, right? Like if it's a huge thing, then I can pair these with it as well. So these will serve different, like multiple purposes, which I really like. But overall, this is just like the main list of any like house projects. So we have that. And then the next section is very simple. It's my reading log. I really love these inserts, so I'm tweaking them a bit. So you have your title, author, started, finished, rating. I read pretty fast, and if I do read, I don't really need to track or want to track when I started it and when I finished the book. And I wanted to track other things instead. So for the started, if it is a book where I like to kind of read like the series, or like if I get into an author, I'll try and like read most of their books, right? And so like I started this one series, and then the third book isn't out yet. And so I just put when that third book is, and that way I have it for reference, and that way I can finish the series. So I'll typically add it to my TBR list, but I feel like in Kindle, and then I feel like once it's in the TBR list, I'll completely forget when that book was supposed to launch. I used to put it in my habit tracker, if you've been following me for a bit. I would mark on my reading tracker like when a book was coming out, and that would kind of help with like refreshing my memory. But I felt like I could never remember which book, and then I was missing out on certain books launching. And so I figured this was an easier way. So any book that I see that I like is coming out that I want to read, or if it's next in the series, I'll like write it out there. And then for the finished, again, don't need to track when I'm done reading or how long it took me. So instead, I'm using stickers, and I'm putting in the tortoise stickers for all the books that I have in my collection. So these are usually favorites, or, you know, probably like more than likely rereads. There's only like a few books that I buy where I haven't like read them before I bought them. Typically I read the books that I know I'm going to reread. It really all depends. I feel like maybe 20% of my collection I haven't read yet. Maybe 30. And like I think, but 20 of it is because those were gifted to me, or yeah, I feel like mostly they're gifts. I'm looking at my library as I do that. Either way, so these are the ones that I have in my collection. And then I am gonna add probably like a lighter dot for ones that I want to add to my collection. And then I think I want to add another dot to kind of color code it, to put the ones that because I own some books in my Kindle, so I don't have like the physical copy, but I have the audio, or not the audio, the virtual like Kindle copy. And so I think I want to distinguish if I actually own those books too, but just in a different way, right? So like this will be paperback. I'll probably do maybe just plain black for if I own it in my Kindle. And then I'll do like a light color for wish list. And that way I can like check it off once it's there. And that way I know it was like once on the wish list or something like that. So still figuring that out, but that's currently where we're at. And so I went back. I was using the personal size inserts of the Infinite Lotus version of these, and I wanted to keep it all together for the year. So I went back and just wrote out everything. And that way too, I could also have the list of like what I own, even though this isn't all the books that I own. I haven't figured out exactly how I want to do that part yet, but either way, I also have like the ratings and everything too. So this is technically in like chronological order of like when I read it, minus the ones that, you know, I was waiting for the release. So that is the reading log. And then I just have a good chunk in here. And then the next section is just notes. So that's like really what's the bulk, because again, if this is on the go, then I might need to write something out. So I wanted to have enough note inserts in here. So I just have them back here. So that is this agenda, and honestly I really like it. It makes me really happy because I feel like really like a simple setup, and I feel like I'm going more towards simple to the point setups, which I'm actually really liking. Again, also just loving the size. Things might tweak a little bit, but honestly I don't see this planner changing too much, because I just really like the way that this one works, so, and how it's set up. So yeah, other than that, that is going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and thank you guys so much for watching.